Hey everyone, Mike here today with some thoughts slash impressions of the Command & Conquer Remastered collection. So this is basically Command & Conquer, as in the first game, as well as Command & Conquer Red Alert. Again, the first game in the franchise. Technically different franchises and different branches, if you will, but yeah, both phenomenal games. We'll go ahead and fire off the second mission here. And so, I've played this game back when it came out. I actually played through the original Command & Conquer about 5 years ago now. And the intention was to actually play through the whole franchise. But by the end of it, I kind of finished the main game and then I was going to look into getting into the expansions because I never played those back in the day. And then I don't remember what happened, but I never got around to it, which is fine because, hey, now we've got a remaster of the first two games, and so I'll be having a lot of fun playing through these. I thought about doing videos and stuff and going through and just doing, gameplay of the whole franchise, and while I like the idea of doing that, that is a lot of time, and fundamentally the problem is recording that much video is kind of a lot of effort in a weird way. Just to give you an idea, for me to upload typical videos, because my internet's so slow, despite using H.265, which is even more efficient, it still takes me probably an hour per minute of video that I record. So yeah, if I'm going to be doing a lot of these missions, and say they average 15 minutes a piece, and I know later on they're definitely longer than that, I'm gonna have one heck of a time uploading all of that.
Construction complete. Unit ready. Building. Unit ready.
Yes, sir.
Unit lost.
Yes, sir.
Unit ready.
Yes, moving out.
Building.
Alright, so yeah, the game does offer a couple control options if you want to go slightly more modern. Not to say that it is completely modernized, that is definitely not the case. They've gone ahead and giving you some semblance of modern controls here, but yeah, it's still very much an old school game in a lot of sense, in a lot of ways, so, which is fine, It is a remaster. I appreciate the fact that they kept the idea that, hey, this is an old game. We'll stick with what made it great. And so they didn't stray too far away from, original bugs and quirks and just Command & Conquer things, really. So there are nice quality of life things like queuing here, which they didn't have before. There's no waypointing system as far as I know, so there's that to keep in mind. There's, if I hit spacebar, there's a toggle between new and old graphics, so that's nice. From what I remember, they actually did retouch up the music. They were able to find some of the original recordings, if I remember correctly. Or they re-recorded it. I forget which one it is. They might have actually re-recorded a lot of the original stuff. Either way, phenomenal music. These games have always been great about that.
Unit lost.
Alright. So this was kind of a slow, very slow push.
Unit lost.
Moving
to
out.
kind of sneak in here.
You got it. Affirmative.
Ideally, I want to go to Harvester.
Got it. Moving out. Affirmative. Ready and wait. Roger. Affirmative.
Before these guys
Right
go
away,
in.
sir. Moving out. Right away, sir. Roger.
And I can grab the silos too. Silos would be nice.
You got it. Yes, sir. Reporting. Affirmative. Affirmative. Waiting orders.
Send some weak guys out. Ah, there's the Harvester.
Ready and waiting. Yes, sir. Moving out. Acknowledge. Acknowledge. Right away, sir. Moving out. Reporting. Yes, sir.
Yeah, you better go
Yes,
back.
sir. Moving out. Reporting. Right away,
Alright,
sir.
let's go
Yes, sir.
capture these.
Right away, sir. Yes, sir.
Nod
Right away, sir.
building captured. Silos needed. Unit
Yeah, don't
ready.
say.
Building. Nod building captured.
Moving out.
Unit ready.
Right away, sir.
Building.
Roger. Affirmative.
Unit
Right away,
ready.
sir.
So yeah, there's still some weird,
Unit
pathfinding
lost.
bugs as there was in the original
Unit
games.
ready.
Like that's not really changed
Building.
much.
Unit ready.
Which, yeah, like I kind of talked about, they wanted to keep the original
Mission accomplished.
look and feel and everything. They did a decent job trying to remaster the original cutscene videos. I guess they could have potentially went in and tried to recreate these. Personally, I'm fine with that. The problem is if you recreate the CG side, but then the original actors and stuff wouldn't be quite the same. So do you go crazy and remaster all of those? Fundamentally, this is an old game, right? So putting in a ton of effort is kind of you put the effort in the gameplay where it counts. Yeah, I imagine they didn't have a massive budget to do this either, so I'm still happy with the end product. Like, looking at this is amazing. So, yeah, we'll back out here. So there's also the Nod campaign, the covert operations, and even the console missions are in here. And there's a hidden one. I believe there's another mission, but yeah, the console stuff is kind of neat. And there's custom things. So some of the bonuses here are kind of neat too. You get the original green screen, which is nice, or some of the unused ones. You also have this here, which is like, hey, here's the original versus remaster, which is a nice touch as well. Yeah. So as I play through the game, obviously we'll unlock a bunch of those videos. But beyond that, skirmish. You could also play online if you're into that. And there's seasons and whatnot, which is pretty cool. There's custom stuff, so you can make maps. They included the editor, I believe. So you kind of saw it here too. I can do custom campaigns and maps and stuff. There's workshop access for that. But yeah, all in all, I don't want to go super long on this because, hey, if you played Command Conquer back in the day, you know what it is. This is just a modern, nicer version of it. We'll go through the options real quick. By default, it's kind of a mix of legacy and modern. So you might notice that I occasionally have problems. I wanted to go full modern because I'm used to right-clicking to move. And then I find myself, because it's Command and Conquer, I still do the left click and deselect. So maybe I should leave that as it is, because I am still not able to adapt to modern controls, even though I don't have problems in other modern stuff. Interesting. Okay. That's cool. So obviously there's remastered, and then there's classic. So that's kind of a nice mix of being able to play a combo of both. Yeah, keybinds, if you're into that. This is an old game, so I didn't use keybinds very much back then. I probably won't use them much here again. But the options are there. And I guess the last thing I'll point out is, hey, Petroglyph. A lot of those guys were former Westwood guys as well, so, you know, it's great that they got to work on this because they kind of know what they're doing. And hopefully this means Tiberian Sun and Red Alert 2 next. That would be really cool if they did that. Apparently it sounds like this did really well, so maybe. With that said, I'll probably do a second video later on the Red Alert side of things, just because I've not replayed Red Alert since it came out all those years ago. However, I did this one before I got too deep into the game because, yeah, I don't really have much else to add. And I did play a little bit of these. I actually did play a little bit of the console version too, back in the day. So I'm familiar with some of these, but at the same time, I'm not like, I wouldn't consider myself great at the game, so we'll keep it on normal, and I'll go through the rest of this pretty quickly, I imagine. Anywho, I'll leave you guys here with this one, and I'll see you guys in the next video.